Hello, punters. Welcome to Take the Points, and or should we call it the Sasagi Memorial?
Mate, Memorial.
How you feeling?
Nicky boy.
You've been waxing lyrical about him all season.
Huge fans of Sasagi. Mate, made me a lot of money at the start of the year. But then, as I told you, mate, I backed him a couple of times, ruled out before warm-up, at warm-up. And then I looked at your tip last week, Nicky, and I was saying to Sasagi, I said, mate, you sure you want to do it? Because the previous week I had him and he pulled out. And he scores 2 quick tries.
Yeah.
Mate.
It was
It
interesting
was heartbreak.
game, though.
It broke my heart. It broke my heart, that one.
Oh, that's okay. I'll buy you a drink.
But no, he's a
game, though.
He's a beast. He's been on fire.
Yeah. It looks like he might be on fire at the right time of the year, but they'll struggle.
I'll tell you what, one person that won't struggle this week is Corey Horsburgh. He hasn't been named.
Funny that, eh?
Very funny he hasn't been named.
Yeah, the old brain fade.
Oh, mate, well, when you want to, I think, do a hopawati and slap someone on the face, that's what's going to happen, mate. You are made accountable, and good on, coach, doing it.
I'd rather a slap on the face than the other things Hopawati has done in the
Tell
past.
me about it.
We'll leave that, though, now, because otherwise we'll be changing the show to take something else. Hey, let's go start with what is the blockbuster game, probably of the year, really. This is going to determine bragging rights going into the final series. Penrith Roosters, before we get into stats and tips, when you're a player, Woodsy, and you've got this game unfolding, it's only a few weeks before the final series kicks off. If you lose this game, does that just sit right here in the front of your mind?
Look, if it was just a normal head-to-head, I don't think it's too big. It's how you play and how you perform. But the thing that, what I reckon, like, so say Penrith, if they go out and perform well, they lose, it's okay. You know, we sort of, Zaya's out till the semis. You got Dylan Edwards who's on the extended bench. I reckon he will play. But with the Roosters, because they've lost 12 of the last 13, there's that little bit of a hoodoo. And if they don't win this, that's going to be the talk leading into the final series. If it comes up to the big game, they can't beat Panthers. Whereas for Panthers, I don't think there's much of a loss for Panthers if they go out and don't win the game. The more talking point will be if the Roosters can't beat this Panthers side, because as I said, 12 out of 13
that's a good
games point. Like that's what's going to hurt you, and then that's going to dent the confidence.
Panthers won, as you say, 12 of the last 13 clashes. Just some stats at CommBank. Now, Panthers have won 9 of their 11 games at CommBank this season. But here's the thing for the Roosters. I went back and had a look at theirs. They've played at CommBank 11 times. They beat the Panthers here last year in 2025. They've won 9 of their 11 games. They've played out there. The only team to beat the Roosters at CommBank are the Eels.
You're kidding.
Remarkable stuff, isn't it?
I didn't know that.
But here's something else for you. The Roosters, the last 19 times they've played the competition leader, whoever it's been, Panthers, Broncos, or whoever, they've lost. They haven't beaten a competition leader for a long time.
So they struggle against the big side.
Just the number one
and that's
gun.
going to be the knock. Like as I said, like Panthers, I don't think everyone's really. We know they're going to peak once they get all their players back come first semi. But this is the challenge for the Chooks. You know, you got Sam Walker, you got Cherry Evans. I think the contracts, there's been a bit of a breakdown with Sammy Walker. So it's of all weeks to happen. Probably didn't want it to happen this week. And we know what Penrith are like. Their defensive system, they are going to suffocate you. And their big guns will shine. So it's more of the ramifications, I think they're big for the Roosters if they don't win this one.
Okay, so you're talking about a couple of weeks ago about the Roosters. They've got gears. Straight after you said that, they won 82-12. We saw fifth gear. Last week, going into last week, we were talking about
cruise control.
if they can grind out a victory against the Dogs. We both thought the Dogs would put up a bit of a fight.
We did, yes.
They did. The Dogs led them for a long time.
The Dogs should have won.
Dogs probably should have won.
Yeah.
But the Roosters got there. And
too much class.
Yep. Now that they've had that tradesman-like victory, they've shown the flair, they've shown the tradesmen, they've shown that they can do it no matter what unveils in front of them. How do they win this game on Thursday?
Well, for me, this is the last hurdle because this is the side. As I said, we mentioned 12 of the last 13 they've lost. So they've got to go out there. They've got to compete hard. Tedesco is back in the squad. They did last week without James, and he's a big loss, James Tedesco. He's a freak. They've got to – I think it's their forward pack. They've got to go out and they've got to start fast because – Leota has proven in big games he can do it. Liam Henry, he will be normally off the bench. He's starting this game. And they've just got a battle-hardened, middle forward. The Roosters, Nafahu White, he's the man. Like, he needs to just lead that charge. You got Siwa Wong's there, Lindsay Collins, and Spencer Leniu coming up against his old side. They need to take it personal. And if they're any chance to win, they need to lay the platform through the middle third of the Panthers side.
Okay, tip from you. What are you doing?
My same game multi, I'm going to go Panthers head-to-head. I think they're going to extend it to 13 out of the last 14. I'm going to go points overs 40.5.
Yep.
And I'm going to go Marky Mark Nwanganitawasi anytime try scorer.
Just Marky Marks.
Marky Marks. A little bit easier, Marky Marks. For $6.01.
They're not really the funky... Well, that's not bad. They're not really the funky bunch.
Yeah.
The Penrith Panthers. They're more of a grinding
They're just a grinding side. But I think when they've got to make a statement, they lift that. They get to the next gear. They know how to do it. And I think they want to make a little bit of a statement just leading into the... Especially with Yo out. You know what? I'm personally looking forward to how Nathan Cleary plays. I think he's going to be on the ball a lot more, and I think he's going to be so much more of a dangerous threat.
And I guess as well, after what happened last week against the Warriors, they want to bounce back.
They don't go back-to-back too often, no.
They won't want 2 losses in a row, particularly against 2 sides that are going to be challenging them in the final series. Look, I've gone the other way. I've gone the Roosters. I just think this is where they step up and shine. To be honest, you could go either team.
Oh, mate. As we said, they've got gears, mate. They've got gears.
I think that they're going to be so hungry to win. You pointed it out. It doesn't matter as much if the Panthers lose mentally going into the finals because they've got such a good record over the Roosters.
And they've won, a lot of them have won competitions already in that Panthers side.
Correct. Whereas I think the Roosters, they have to win. They're going to be super hungry to make it another victory. Rabbitohs scored in the last 2 head-to-head clashes between these 2 clubs. So I've gone Roosters.
Weapon.
Yeah, and look, we were just talking with our producers before coming on here. Yes, they like to move the ball out to the wing, quite particularly with their wingers in the Roosters, but maybe this is the game where they let it play through the centres.
I reckon, you know what they might do? I like the toy. I reckon what we saw in the Origin, a little grubber through for him.
Yes.
On the line, because Penrith get up hard and defend.
They do.
They like to put pressure on the edges, so they could be a little kick in behind.
There you go. Well, I've got the same game multi there. Roosters and toy anytime. That's around the $4.55 mark. Hey, you can take them both. $6 and $4.50. You got a little bit each way.
Don't mind that.
That's the beauty of a same game multi.
Game starts in 2. Got to be quick.
You need something quick? I got something blistering. 5 for 25 from PointsBet. It's like hot sauce, but for sport. 5 taps, and it's on.
Yeah, that's hard.
Aw, thanks, babe.
5 for 25. Only available on PointsBet. Yeah, that's built different. Imagine what you could be buying instead. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.
Let's fast forward now. Friday night down at Brookvale Oval. Manly versus the Dolphins. Dolphins hard favourites here. Overall, though, Manly lead this head-to-head battle 3-1, and 2 of those 3 wins have been at Brookvale Oval, and on both occasions, the Manly team scored a total of 58 points. They've absolutely donkey-licked the Dolphins both times they've come to Brookie.
So the 3 times they've won, and then remember one earlier in this year, Kieran Foran's first ever official 58 points. I think they scored that game too.
Well, this is now our man over here, Ryan, our producer, is just saying this could be the bookend for Foz. If they lose, it's like, hey, you started us off the Foz era, the Foz ball, with a win, and now the Foz ball comes to an end if they lose on that.
I'm really liking the in of Clayton Fualo at fullback. Yep. He's missed with the hamstring injury, and he's been a big loss for him. He's one of those guys that he just finds the knack of putting himself in the picture, and he's got the biggest mitts I've ever seen. Massive hands, go up for kicks, he brings it down. I know Tommy Turbo's got another week on the sidelines, but I love the injection of Clayton Fualo back from injury.
Yeah, and they've got to get used to life without Turbo.
They do, yeah, they
seem to have adapted. To be fair to Manly, they seem to have adapted to life without Turbo a lot better than they were a few seasons ago.
Yeah, well, they were so heavily relying on him. You know, if Turbo doesn't play, then I think they lost 90% or 80% of the time. So they've done a good job in that. And look, they're back at Brookie. They've had 5 straight losses. They need a victory. They're desperate.
Absolutely. What are you doing for your same-game multi?
Well, I haven't got the kahunas to go head-to-head. I've gone Manly with a start of 11.5. It's a massive start.
It's a decent start, eh?
I don't mind it. And I'm going overs. Both these sides love to score points. You saw last week I think it was 40-32 in the Dolphins-Brisbane Broncos game. They can score from anywhere. That's what scares me in this one. And I'm going to go Jackie Bostock, anytime try scorer.
Bostock out wide.
I love the aerial threat of the big man. He just finds the way to get to that ball.
Certainly does.
$8.88, that same game multi, big man.
Oh, the Chinese lucky numbers.
Yeah, 888.
Something there. What's the date on Saturday, Friday? There's nothing to do with the 8th. It's the 8th month.
It is the 8th month, yes. Yeah, wish it was the 8th too.
It was 8th was last Saturday.
8th, yeah, it was, yes.
Anyway.
What do you got, mate? What's any bets?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I got something better than what I just dribbled out there.
Oh, geez.
Collars scored at both those games where Manly put on 58 points. He scored in each of them. So I've actually taken Manly head-to-head. This is it. This is it for them. They have to win this game. If they're going to be in the finals, and they're hard up against to make the finals, but this has to win. They have to win Friday night. And so I thought him any time and Manly to win, $5.50.
I like it. You can get both of our multis this week. You get
We
together
can do, yeah.
for the Manly
Exactly.
game,
Yeah,
yes.
correct. You can get both. This is good. We're in sync here.
Yeah,
We're
we
in
are.
sync. Have you given PointsBet's 5 for 25 for League Ago? Simply select more or less to 5-player performance lines and get $25 for your price. You can track the bet with PointsBet Bet Tracker. It's the fast and easy way to get a multi on NRL games. T's and C's apply, and make sure to check your account for your max stake limit. PointsBet, it's like hot sauce, but for rugby league.
Chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.
Friday night, we've got the Doggies versus the Bunnies there. That's out of the core stadium. This is one of the biggest arm wrestles in NRL history. I mean, these two teams have met 168 times. It's 86 to 82.
Jesus.
I mean, it's closer than the Origin battle.
Yeah, it's great.
And even at a core stadium where it's obviously a lot of games played out there, they've played there 40 times. It's 21-19.
Oh, Jesus.
So you
How do
flip
split
one of
them?
those games around and
How
all
do
of
you
a sudden
split
it's 20 all. Bunnies have won their last 7 NRL matches, though, out at a core. So they'll
Wow.
go there feeling pretty pumped up.
And they've
that
versed
they
some
can-
big sides out there as well.
Correct. Yeah, they'll go out there with a bit of confidence. So I don't know what you thought here. I think the Doggies are starting to lift, though, in the
Really?
right direction. What do you got?
I've gone with the Bunnies 2.5
God.
start. I just like, because where they are on the ladder, so the Bunnies, they're in 8th or 7th position, but they're 2 points ahead of the Dogs. They win this, they go 2 wins, they leapfrog it a bit, and they get that little bit of the breathing space. But the Dogs, and you look on the other hand, they need to win. Because otherwise this could be 9-night for them. And big opportunity. They got a really poor form against the Dogs, so they basically need to win 3 games to be ahead of the South Sydney Rabbitohs. But I like South. And when you said that, was it 7 in a row?
7 in a row to the call. Yeah.
That's
It's pretty
what I need
good,
to
isn't it?
hear. That's what I love to hear. So I back South 2.5 start with the my same game multi. I've gone points over 42.5. I just think both sides they love, or South in particular, love to attack.
Sounds like a bit.
And this one, I'm going to go Matty Duffy at fullback, anytime try scorer against his former club, the Bulldogs, and said, "This is what you've missed, guys."
That'll be paying a bit.
Yeah, $9.41.
Ooh, that's the richest one you've done so
Yeah,
far.
I know. I'm a little bit nervous on it, but I like a little bit of the odds.
I'm going completely the opposite. This is where we both can't win. This is the one game we can't beat. I've just got a straight out bet, no same game multi. I'm just taking the Dogs 13 plus.
I like that.
I just
Not
think
bad.
they switched on last week. They were so unlucky. They were good the week before that. It's all starting to gel for them. All of that business with Lockie Galvin from
I tell you what, I like
last year.
Lachlan Galvin ripping into the Stephen Crichton for missing his assignment.
Yeah.
It shows you that he's actually
Culture.
feeling, he's feeling part of the family now. He's actually got the voice and he can tell his troops where to be. So it's a good sign for the Bulldogs.
I think so, and I think they'll put their hand up. I think they're going to end up in the finals, and I think people will be talking about them as the team that are finally coming good.
Yep.
After what we would say are pretty humble beginnings to
Oh,
2026. Woodsy, best bet. This is it. We've got to know one.
Best bet of the week. Look, I've stuck solid with this side all year. They have let me down massively at the final hurdle.
Who we?
I'm going to back the West Tigers 1-12
No.
against the Dragons at $3.30. They are dead set due.
I did ask PointsBet if we could ask for a dead heat for last in that game because I think both teams would be fittingly.
They're due, mate. They're due for
Mate,
a
they've been
win.
due for a while.
Mate, Adam Dewey kicks the field goal, 31.
Yeah.
They get beat right at the end, and then they have a bye. So they've had a whole week to think about their loss, and they're going to come back and they're going to win.
Dragons were good against the Sharkies last
The Dragons
week.
have been,
Stuck
like,
it.
they're
they've been
back-
pretty good. Like,
I've got a question. Who would you rather be? Would you rather be in the West Tigers' shoes or the Dragons' shoes leading into next year?
that's a good question. I feel like the Dragons they've lost games by small margins.
Yep.
Quite a lot of games, whereas the Tigers are sort of like someone having a heart attack.
Every day of the week, I'm going Dragons. The signings that they've got coming in, it's just, I think they're going to be the biggest improvers next year.
Yeah, okay, well, there you go. And look, to be fair, they've only got to find a few points in each game, and they've got a lot of W's next thing.
They just need points. If they can get
Correct.
points, they win.
It's been a problem for them for a few years, though, points.
Correct.
Hasn't it?
Drink
Yeah.
water, Metcalf.
Correct. Might be the difference.
Look out, Nick
Speaking
Rima.
speaking of points, my best bet for the weekend, go to Sunday afternoon, go up to McDonald, used to be called Marathon, didn't it?
Yep.
McDonald Jones Stadium. The Knights 13 plus. I think they
Oh.
do a number on the Titans. If you want to add a bit of value, a little
That's
bit of
money
money
for
on
Jan,
it.
that one, mate.
I think so. I mean, what are you getting? 13 plus, I think it's about $2, $2.20. That's a great bet.
Jeez.
Fletcher's sharp. He scored 6 tries in his last 4 games for the Knights against the Titans.
He's been on fire.
He's been on fire. they'll put on points. They'll probably score 50 points on Sunday the Knights, and I reckon Sharp will cross over again. 325 on your points bet app for that double.
Absolutely no respect for the Titans, and they don't deserve any.
No. Anything else? Speaking of respect.
Sasagi.
We covered enough off
Should we
here.
back Sasagi anytime?
Do we need to circle back? Sasagi.
No, thank you.
Do you want to circle back to the Hopawati? Said no, we will.
We'll leave that one out.
Yeah.
Put that finger down, mate.
Yeah, okay. Talk to you next week.
What are you really gambling with? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.